Hello to Part 74, Trails to Cold Steel 2. I don't like this part of the game, how to join these fuckers.
So this is what Duke Cayenne looks like from up close. It's hard to believe that I've ended up in the same room as the leader of the Noble Alliance. Although, I guess we did meet
Green Schwarzer. Truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
We only acted as we did, due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye. He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Livonia as if it were his own personal property. Surely you too noticed this.
Well, I can't say I disagree. We did hear story after story during our about the way he didn't care how many enemies he made as a result, creating terrorist groups of the Imperial Liberation Front.
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now known. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time. Just the key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I...
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family. And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Corellia Fortress. After all that, the Imperial army would never bow their heads to the likes of you.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. But that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have two of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats. You may not find us winning the war ideal.
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well,
we're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced Soldats, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you...
can't argue with that logic.
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborne is dead, and with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then, everything will be... That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess. Are you sure?
Whatever you ultimately decide, I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
Listen,
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors, and in that capacity, I suggest you, after all, every soldier must decide for himself. I look forward to hearing your answer.
done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then. That includes both your pleasant academy.
I suggest you consider after all. I look forward.
It's hard to argue that this war began because the noble faction went too far. But the longer it goes on, the more people are going to suffer. Maybe if I join them, I could reduce the number of victims. Be friends with Crow again? No, this isn't that thing. Green was able to reunite with the others. But what's the best thing I can... This isn't just about me.
Keep racking your brain like that, smoke will start coming out of your ears.
What do you want?
Hey, now, no need to give me that look. I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it. But what do you know? I was right.
How about you mind your own damn business? Don't you have better things to do with your time? Figure the glorious Azure Chevalier would be far too busy if the war would be hanging out around here.
It's tough, Big Pop. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am. So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice.
This isn't something I can just decide by flipping a coin, Crow. Besides, probably be an easier choice, not for a certain someone. What's that in your hand, anyway?
Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Hamburgers, fries, and onion rings, huh? I was expecting something more fancy like I had last night.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing? Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip.
No, this is fine. Burger looks delicious.
Cool. Alright, dig in.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
This tastes kind of different from a normal burger. Oh, no wonder. It's got whitefish in it.
Yeah, they're called fish burgers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, the tartar sauce makes for an unusual extra flavoring too. I like this way more than the food I had last night, to be honest.
Glad to hear. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the... Wait, it was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could, but I wanted to give it a shot anyway.
Oh,
Crow arm.
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on. So I guess you saw what happened.
yeah. Jirai was that special economic zone in the Northwest you guys went to during our August field study.
We didn't run into anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Though, I guess that makes sense seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial...
I seem to recall that it was annexed.
So you ended up going back to your...
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, but it was nostalgic in its own way.
It's been bugging me for a long... What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front? What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborn that much? Enough to take his life? Oh, tell me, Crow. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now. What kind of place Jirai was. What you were doing before you entered the Academy and met Toa and...
Thanks for watching part 74 and seeing part 75.
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your number one in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa?